to make a contribution.
I would, Mr Speaker.
I call the member
Those
for McKellar.
opposite have to stop telling untruths. Yeah, that's right, Jed. That's what you want to do
Order.
to all
The
Australians
member will
everywhere
address them by
you
their
go.
proper title.
The member opposite wants to point a finger at ordinary or average Australians and tell them who to work for and what to work for and where to go and how to go there. What she hates the most about this is the fact that Australians don't need unions, that Australians want to get out of your industry super rort that you've created and that you force them into. You talk about fairness, you talk about casualisation. Why don't you look at your own figures? Why don't you look at the Productivity Commission figures that show there has been no increase in casualisation since your failed Fair Work Act came into place? I mean, there is one thing, Deputy Speaker, that we can agree on in this chamber. It is that Labor's Fair Work Act is a failure. It has failed. That everyone at the Fair Work Commission that you appointed has failed to increase real wages for working Australians because, guess what? Control, centralised control that you want to bring in, that you will not be satisfied until you have literally control over everyone's lives. You think you're the smartest people in every room you walk into. That's right. She's nodding. She's nodding, Deputy Speaker. I mean, she acknowledges that Australians should not be allowed to decide how to spend their money, where to spend it, where to work and what to do. You think that you're the smartest people in the room and Australians are idiots. Well, I'm here to tell you they're not. They see through all your front groups. They see through all your carry-on. They see through all the camera crews out the front asking all the questions. They know what you're really up to. Because if there has ever been a more dehumanising motion before this House, this is it. The whole idea that all Australians are the same Australians, to be told what to do by those opposite. And until the union movement has control of our alphabet, as we've seen with the CFMMMEU, and until they've controlled everything they possibly can, yet those opposite will not be satisfied. We on this side believe in Australians. We on this side believe that they have the capacity to choose and to know what to do. We on this, I agree with that, with those opposite. They haven't seen a pay rise under the Fair Work Act. They haven't seen a pay rise under the Fair Work Commission. They haven't seen real wage increases under your law. And that's why half of them are trying to get out of all the enterprise agreements that you have forced upon them. I'll shake your head as much as you want. It doesn't change the fact that what you have done to workplace law in this country is a disgrace. You have condemned average Australians to lower wages, less interesting jobs, and you have made sure that they have to suffer.
Order. The member for Lawlaw on a point of order.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Yes, the point of order is, could you please ask the member to make his comments through the chair? Thank you.
Order. The member for McKellar will make his comments through the chair and they'll be polite to the chair.
Poor Trent's done nothing wrong.
Oh, seriously. This is what Labor has lowered itself to. Oh, now we're going to make technical points of order because we don't want to hear the truth. And the truth is The truth is obvious to any Australian with 2 ears and a brain, and that is that under your Fair Work Act, their wages have gone down. They haven't been able to find new jobs. Companies have been hampered and constrained by the red tape because the whole idea that 4 wise men, and I notice those opposite all appointed men, 4 wise men in Melbourne, doing the best that they possibly can, but they're not artificial intelligence yet, cannot design work that applies equally to someone working in a cafe in Broome to an aged care centre in the southern suburbs of Hobart. That these are discussions best left to those working at those sites and their employers. The whole idea that all Australians are the same Australian, that is on that side, or those opposite, with their industry super mates who are now enforcing enterprise agreements, which, by the way, is unlawful under their laws that they operate. And I call on APRA to enforce the law that they are meant to be regulating, not just looking after their mates in industry super. So I urge them to actually start enforcing the law and to allow Australians to get better jobs at better pay. But there's one thing they know, it's never going to happen under those opposite.